So Elon Musk has reinstated conspiracy theorist Alex Jones back onto the Twitter platform after a 5-year ban. Now, I'm not shocked at all by this. I'm just surprised that it didn't happen sooner. I really thought that Elon would do that on day one, but he waited a while. It took a while, but now Alex Jones is back, and he is spreading his hatred, spreading his conspiracy theories, and spreading his propaganda all over Twitter. I'll never call it X, by the way. This all started when Jones was interviewed by none other than Tucker Carlson, and during the interview, Jones starts claiming that he was treated unfairly, claiming that he was banned unfairly, and saying how he wished that Elon would take a look at it and consider reinstating his account. So what does Elon do? He does what he always does. He creates a poll, and he asks the people, would you like to see Alex Jones back on Twitter? And of course, once you open the floodgates and you allow all the hate speech to come back onto your platform, of course the majority is going to say yes, because in their world, Alex Jones is their messiah. And so he's back and people are celebrating. If you go over there and take a look at it, it's one of the most sickening things you'll ever see. People are celebrating this moment. They're celebrating Alex Jones. They're saying he was right about everything. They're celebrating Tucker Carlson, calling him a hero for bringing light to the situation. And they're celebrating Elon Musk for reinstating him. And this comes after that Elon Musk said that he would have no mercy for anyone who used the death of children for political gain or fame. It comes after the fact that Alex Jones said that Elon Musk could potentially be the Antichrist. But they're all over that now. They're all good. And they had him a big shindig, had him a big powwow. Elon invites on for a panel discussion. Get a load of this lineup. He brings on Alex Jones. He brings on Michael Flynn. He brings on Andrew Tate, who's facing charges for rape, human trafficking, and organized crime. And he brings on Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, who has embraced all of their conspiracy theories here lately and has been saying them on the debate stage and everywhere he goes. And folks, I'm not making this up. During this conversation, Vivek Ramaswamy goes to take a leak and forgets to mute his microphone. And so the whole world got to hear Vivek Ramaswamy take a piss, which is pretty fitting because he's been taking a piss on the Republican Party of my grandfathers ever since that he announced his candidacy. But I just want to say this about Alex Jones. In my world, what he did following Sandy Hook, the conspiracy theories he pushed, and what ended up happening to the families of those children after Sandy Hook is completely unforgivable in my eyes. And anyone that lends any credibility to this guy is unforgivable in my eyes. I don't care. It really bugs me when I see people say, like Joe Rogan will say, well, he got it wrong there, but he's right about a lot of other things. I don't give a shit what his opinion is on anything else. If you would stoop to that low to claim that children losing their lives in a mass shooting was all a big hoax, all a big false flag, and you would sick people on the families to harass them. And Jones can sit back all day long and say that that's not what happened because he's got a built-in defense system. I've talked about this before. Conspiracy theorists always have a built-in defense system. And that is, they are lying on me. They made it all up. I didn't do those things. They said I did those things. And because people have bought into Alex Jones and his rhetoric for so long, they believe that shit. They believe it to be true because they've bought into the narrative that the media is all out to get them. And so Jones can say or do whatever he wants to do, and then he can always say, I didn't say that, I didn't do that. The media said I did that because the media is trying to shut me down. But it's unforgivable to me, and I don't think the guy has a shred of credibility and never will. And I don't think anyone who supports the guy has a shred of credibility. I don't think anyone that gives him a platform or gives him a microphone has a shred of credibility. And I'll be honest with you, folks. I have got friends from all walks of life, okay? I've got friends with all sorts of different belief systems. But whenever I'm talking to someone and they start telling me, did you hear about Sandy Hook? Did you hear what Alex Jones said about that? And they give that credibility, then they lose all credibility in my mind. And I can't get behind them anymore. I'm all for freedom of speech. And yes, unpopular opinion is protected by the First Amendment. But when it comes to pushing hate speech and pushing propaganda, there has to be, people have to take responsibility for that. And there's consequences for that. There's going to be a whole lot of people that's not going to want to be associated with you because of who you associate with. So as we go forward, there's a really good chance that even more advertisers are going to pull from Twitter. I won't be shocked if I see that. But Elon has made it clear that he does not give a fuck. He's already said, go fuck yourselves. He does not care because he's going for it. He's leaning into who he really is, and he is embracing the people who he believes in, and he's given them a platform to speak. He's doing it under the banner of free speech, which is pretty disgraceful in my opinion, but he's doing it nonetheless. And it all goes back to who you want to be associated with. When I was growing up, my dad used to say, be careful who you hang out with, because if you hang out with somebody that's a certain way, people will think you're that way. I remember one time I started hanging out with this dude. He was always in trouble. He had a terrible reputation for being a thief. And I hung around him just for a little bit. My dad was like, I wouldn't hang around him if I was you. Everybody in town knows he's a thief. They're going to think you're a thief. That's just how it works. You can't go around giving people like Alex Jones a platform and then saying, well, I don't really believe in what it is he's saying. You can't do that, because people's going to say, well, if you really didn't believe in what he's saying, you wouldn't give it a voice. I've said this before. The First Amendment says that Congress shall make no law prohibiting the exercise of free speech. It doesn't say that you have to align yourself with things. It doesn't say that you have to give things a platform. And so, the dumpster fire that Elon now refers to as X is an even bigger dumpster fire, because they have allowed the guy that started the fire back on there, and it's pretty disgraceful. But I want no part of it, and I want no part of anyone who even slightly entertains the idea of Alex Jones. If you even slightly entertain the idea of him, don't even try to carry on a conversation with me.